quick break-in. Not even part of our schedule today. Max just posed a really cool question, and we got ourselves caught up having an awesome conversation just now that was off camera. So from now on, when we get into our little side tangents, we're going to start recording them. There's not going to be a whole lot of background on them.
There might not be an introduction to it.
But you're going to get the extra content because I feel like you guys are missing out on some awesome conversation right now. So, pose your question again.
Okay. So I had this really good concept idea. We're going to go 3-on-3.
Okay.
Steel cage.
Okay.
Elimination only.
Okay. So
door or over the top.
Okay.
3-on-3. Time frame. Anybody from any era.
Okay.
That you want.
So
you can mix and match however you want and go.
So elimination by pinfall?
No. Or over the top, escaping the cage.
But that's not elimination. That's how you. You get your win by pinfall. No pinfall. Yeah. The only way to win is to climb out of the cage.
Is to have your team out of the cage.
Let's go with that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Any period of wrestlers we want.
Let's just bring a whole culmination of people together.
Only 3 guys.
What are your
per team?
You know what? What's your fantasy team of 3 guys that you want against another 3 guys?
Okay, I could dig this. Fuck, that leaves a lot of open possibilities and a lot of ways to do it. Stone Cold, John Cena, and Hulk Hogan against Ric Flair, Bruno Sammartino, and The Rock.
That's an interesting team. Who would you have go over?
Stone Cold, Hogan, and Cena. No. Actually, no. Fuck them. I'm putting my heels over Ric Flair, The Rock, and Bruno. Not that Bruno could ever be a heel in New York.
Maximus? Got one?
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to go Adam Cole.
Baby!
AJ Styles.
Yep.
And Adam Cole, AJ Styles, Ricochet.
Okay. Interesting.
Against Michaels, Sting, and Flying Brian Pillman.
Well, Michael Sting and Brian Pillman.
I would have the young guys go over.
Clean up. Would clean house.
I'd have the young guys go over.
AJ Styles would eat so many super kicks. Go ahead.
I don't know. But I've got an idea for one team. For some reason, I want to put the Hardy Boys in their prime.
Sure.
Team Extreme with Andre the Giant.
Okay.
His prime. They're going to take on the Dudley Boys.
Fucking love.
With Hulk Hogan.
That's an interesting team. It's a very interesting team.
Who would you have go over?
Ultimately, it would be the Hardy Boys and Andre the Giant, because eventually Dudley Boys would make their escape, come down mostly to Hogan and Andre. Andre throws both Hardy Boys over the top of the cage.
Yeah.
And then clobbers the hell out of Hogan and walks out the door.
Nice. You know what I always thought would be a cool...
Makes sense. I like that.
A cool multiple-man match idea would be 3 stages of Hell style, but it would be like a 6-man... We'll say 6-man. We'll say like a 6... Remember, best way, the 6-pack challenge, but not the gauntlet style. It's the one where there are 4 guys on each corner. You can tag in and out.
Yeah, tornado tag rules. Yeah,
but it's a singles contest. They did it on SmackDown with Benoit, Christian, JBL, Booker T.
I remember what you're talking about. Yeah.
Anyway, but it's 3 stages of Hell style. Where I guess it really wouldn't work because you can't really disqualify anybody in those matches anyway. But every time someone got eliminated, the match rules and stipulations would change.
Ooh, yeah.
I thought that'd be kind of cool.
Kind of like a Raw roulette kind of.
Yeah, like your first one is just like a clean, your first elimination's just a clean whatever, and then it's like next elimination's last man standing. So next elimination's first blood. However you could do it. Obviously, you'd have to fine tune it. But
So you're talking about kind of like taking like the Raw roulette situation with the wheel.
Yeah.
And doing kind of like what WCW did with like the spin the wheel, make the deal.
Sort
kind
of,
thing,
yeah.
Except per fall.
Yeah, per fall.
Until there's one.
Until there's not.
Until there's one guy.
Until there's one winner.
That would be kind of cool.
But
man.
it would be that was something. I don't know why you got to talking about it like a dream match, and I remembered that because I thought that's a pretty interesting concept.
Yeah, I think that would
the
be
rules have to change, and therefore so do the wrestlers and the way they wrestle and their styles.
There was a match that actually took place that I always wanted to see make a return.
Yeah.
Or something like that. It only happened once. It was a Stampede cage match.
Yeah.
Where it was a battle royal, but you had to throw them over the top of the cage to the floor. For years, until the network come about, for years people used to tell me I was crazy and that match never took place.
But it did.
But it did, and now you can watch it. And the winner of that was a Road Warrior Hawk.
I say Road Warrior Hawk.
But it was it was Dusty. It had Dusty. It was Dusty,
yeah. Because
the Road
that's set up.
Warriors. There was only like 8 men.
Yeah.
But the only way you could win was to take them to the top of the cage and chuck them out. And I always thought that was a great concept match, and I always wanted them to do it again, and they never did.
You know, I really have to say, gimmick steel cage matches should make a return.
They really should.
I was saying that's what made me come up with the idea.
First of all, just traditional, regular steel cage matches should come back anyway and be your big blow-off. But I loved, and I know they're fucking hokey and stupid, but the idea of the electric steel cage match is funny. It's fun. It's cool.
It is funny.
The barbed wire steel cage that JBL and Big Show
They can only do the electrified one if Goldust was there.
Fine with it. Cockles. One of my absolute favorites.
Cornbread, damn it.
Cornbread.
But no, cage matches, I think they should take the ref out of them, and I think they should be escape only like they used to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
because when you have a ref in it, like the whole cage match idea for me was
it should be two guys.
No law.
Right.
Lawless.
Right. Yeah, what is a ref for? No rope breaks, no pinfalls, no DQs inside the cage. The only way to win, one man fucking climbs
and honestly, stop with the fucking run-ins, because it ruins it.
Yeah. Oh, agreed, yeah. No.
Every cage match I've seen in the last, 10 years,
no.
There's always somebody that's interfering. Stop it. There's no need for it.
Yeah.
If you have a cage, that's all you need. That should be your third man.
That's why Lockdown was such a cool concept.
It up some, some weapons hanging from the side like Thunderdome or something.
Well, and Lockdown was such a great concept.
Well, they had one called Thunder.
And I know that people think that Lockdown killed the steel cage on the indies. Because once every indie company got a steel cage, they did every match in their cage or whatever. Fuck you. I love the idea of an all steel cage paper.
Oh,
I thought it was awesome when they first came out. They had the TNA Lockdown.
Yeah.
When it first came out, it was like that's my favorite TNA pay-per-view. Because it was so fucking cool. Yeah, they do. Yeah. The Lethal Lockdown, which was their version of we saw that in W's again, another cool gimmick steel cage match.
The triple decker cage originated in the 80s. It was called the Thunderdome cage.
Yep.
And it had weapons in each different.
What is the match I'm trying to think of? War Games. Sorry.
War Games. Yeah. With a top on it.
They should bring back some of these cool concepts.
I agree.
And Hell in a Cell to me is just. I don't get as much from Hell in a Cell matches as I would just a good old fashioned bloody steel cage.
Let me rephrase. Let me rephrase on your behalf. I don't give a shit about the Hell in a Cell matches nowadays.
Yeah, not agree.
When Hell in a Cell was Taker and Michaels or Taker and
even
Mankind.
Batista and Triple H's Hell in a Cell was phenomenal.
Back when it was bloody and
man.
I want to see the cage match, not with this. Whatever you could, almost chicken wire looking.
Yeah, I want the bars.
I want the old school
bar cages.
St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Yeah. Vince McMahon versus Stone
and it needs to be just two fucking animals locked in a cage, just brutalizing each other and beating the fuck out of each other.
Any kid who's wrestled in the backyard or anything like that, you hit a fence, you give.
You sell,
it gives. You hit them blue bars, you ain't giving
nothing.
There was no gift. As a matter of fact, take the ropes out.
And I know that there's a stigma in today's wrestling, especially in today's wrestling, where you don't need blood, you don't need this. Fuck you. I want a gory, nasty fucking fight. I want to be uncomfortable just
If
a
you're
little.
going to get in a cage, there should be blood.
There should be blood. Right. Otherwise, what's the point?
Right.
It's like all these fucking street fights you see, like, where they barely hit each other, and they're like
they're going too far with all this family-friendly stuff, and they're taking the fun stuff.
They're taking the wrestling out of wrestling.
And it's not just that, like, wrestling's supposed to be hard-hitting and brutal and fucking... Yeah. And I'm not talking, you can't be the flippy, athletic competitors you are today, but fuck, give me fucking Roddy Piper and George the Animal Steel style fucking dog collar matches, where they're just choking the shit out of each other.
Or give me, you talk about great cage, give me Morocco and Snuka. They prove that you can high fly in a cage match and still be entertaining.
Well, again, you can
without having to do 27 table dives and hashtag dives.
Real quick before we close this up, what's your absolute personal favorite steel cage match?
Oh God, man! Why would you hit me with that with 4 minutes left on the video?
Because I'm a maniac. I can tell you what mine is right off the cuff. My absolute personal favorite was a 6 sides of steel match between AJ Styles and Abyss in 2005. It's main event a lot.
The door in the face and that.
But and AJ Styles bled like a fucking stuck pig, and it was fantastic. It was so good. He beat the piss out of AJ Styles for 28 minutes straight.
Cage match.
Cage of death.
Honestly, favorite cage match? God, I've got 2.
Give it to me.
It's hard to be from a wrestling standpoint. Brett and Owen at Survivor Series 94. Yeah. From an entertainment standpoint, Mick Foley and Triple H from SummerSlam when he pulled the shirt and dove off the top.
Yep. Maxx?
May not be my absolute favorite, but off the top of my head, I go with what I just said there. It's Stone Cold versus Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Very entertaining.
1997, the introduction to the Giant.
I will say, one of the 2 most creative finishes in a cage match involved Big Show. Big Show throwing Stone Cold through the steel cage, and then Big Show choke slamming JBL through the ring,
to the floor,
and JBL escaping by crawling out from underneath the ring.
Also,
so good.
In memory-wise, with him talking about St. Valentine's Day Massacre, Vince McMahon's bump on the table is still one of the sickest bumps I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Breaking your fucking tailbone on the corner of an
not fucking care. All right, guys. That was our little break-in, our fun little conversation. We're going to give you some more of those, too.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't want you guys to miss out on all the riveting conversation.
And from now on, if something like that takes place and you don't get an
intro,
check the title, because it might just be hit record by me when in the middle of a conversation.
Yep.
So stay tuned. More content.
Stay tuned. We're talking about Animal next, hopefully. We don't get distracted again.